Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to week 34 of the DC Sports Digest. Make sure to like and subscribe, and without further ado, let's just get right into it. So the Nationals, again, I feel like they kind of kept up the inconsistency. Lost the Mariners series, then finally started to look decent, I guess, in the Braves series. Then lost the first game of the Guardians series. And I want to talk about the pitching this week. It's been really good with Trevor Williams, Mackenzie Gore, Jake Irwin, and Mitchell Parker. Patrick Corbin, not as much, which is kind of unfortunate. Because I feel like at one point he really was like our third pitcher, like back in 2019. He is him and one of our relievers, Tanner Rainey. They're like the last two from 2019 on this team. Now that leads me to the next point. Now that Victor Robles was designated for assignment once Lane Thomas came back. So I'm not exactly sure how it works, but you go back to either like AAA and like either you find a new team that you can get in the majors, or you're kind of just stuck in AAA. I think I don't know exactly, but fortunate to see it happen. Had such a good start to his career. Hopefully he's eventually picked up by another team, I guess, and he can do well. Yeah, I guess and then the Guardian series finishes this week. Hopefully they don't have what happened last night. They were doing pretty well, actually. Even Patrick Corbin was playing pretty well. But their relievers just kind of imploded in the seventh inning. And again, like our offense is also really inconsistent too. Hopefully also CJ Abrams he's in a little slump right now, so hopefully he can get back out of that too. And then after the Guardian series finishes, we got the Mets series and the Braves series starting this week. On to the Wizards. Brian Keefe was officially named head coach. I guess it kind of makes sense. I feel like the players really like him. He did a solid job, filling in last year it was a tough situation to fill into. I think that it's a good hiring. We'll see what he can do this year. He kind of just lets the players do their thing, which is nice. Still a lot of trade rumors that have been continuing. The one most ridiculous one I saw recently was trying to trade for Trae Young and just be mediocre again. That better not happen. Obviously, he's a good player, but we're just gonna be mediocre again. He's not gonna push us over the top. I think the only really valid trade rumor is probably trading Kuzma. But we'll see what happens with that. Speaking of that, I'm gonna talk about my schedule at the end of the video of when I might potentially do a mock draft for the Wizards, which I think I'll do at some point soon. So stay tuned for that. And that's all for the Wizards. Caps, again, not much. Just have to talk about the Hershey Bears again. They won very stressful first game of the conference finals. I think they were up 4-2 and they choked the lead, but they were able to score in overtime. I think game 2 is tonight, so hopefully they can win that. Now I guess for the conference finals and finals, it's a 7-game series, not 5-game. Hopefully they can keep on winning. And the Commanders, again, not too much. I think there's been a little break on OTAs, maybe a little bit more this week, and then next week is mandatory minicamp, and then basically after that there's a decent break till training camp, I think, which is, I think, the end of July. I forgot to mention it last week. We had a lot of front office hiring, also a lot of scouting hires, because Adam Peters, he didn't want to break up, because the scouting team, they're working year round, so it's kind of hard to put in some new people at the very last minute. So he let kind of the people who are already there do some drafting, and then he kind of made some moves. So I think based on what I've heard, all these people are good hirings, which is good. Just continuing getting some more really respected people in this building, which is definitely different, but I'm very happy about it. And now for our other teams. The Mystics are still remaining winless, which is really sad. They tied their franchise record for the longest losing streak of the season. I think it's 0-8 maybe now. And they're probably not going to win the next one against the Connecticut Sun, who are really good also. And I saw somewhere else that maybe they're obviously not trying to tank, but the prize for, I guess, tanking or being last would be Paige Beckers. So that would be pretty cool, but obviously we'll see what happens. There's still a long season. I don't know exactly how many games. There's maybe 30 or 40. I don't know exactly, but hopefully they can at least get one win this week. But they got some tough games against the Sun Sky, and then we get to see Caitlin Clark and the Fever this week, so that'll be exciting. Washington Spirit don't have any games this week. They'll have one, I guess, next Saturday. DC Defenders, although it was a meaningless game for them, they beat Memphis. They have one more game against Arlington. See if they can get to 500 and be at 5-5. Typical DC record. Then DC United tied Chicago and lost to Montreal, and they have a game against Toronto, I think tonight maybe. Yeah, that's all. So thank you guys for watching. Before we go, I wanted to share some of my summer schedule. So the NBA draft is until the 26th, but I want to do it a little earlier because I'll be on vacation in the days leading. I'll be back home on the 26th from vacation. I'm leaving from earlier, so I want to do a mock draft earlier than that. So I think it's like 2 weeks from today, which is kind of crazy. So I'll probably put out this video maybe on Friday. So I'll have the regular one next week, and then maybe the week after that it'll be a Friday upload maybe, or I don't know. I'll figure it out. Do a mock draft between now and then. Now I'll probably miss one of these uploads. I'll try to make a big video and kind of combine everything when I come back. Yeah, and then I think after that I'll miss a week or two in July. I think I'll miss 2 weeks in July, and I'll have to make a huge video after that. But yeah, besides that, I shouldn't miss too much else. Hopefully I'll have some other ideas for content in the summer as well. So look forward to that. And again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.